You're live.
We're live. Hello, 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 and welcome to Tona's Table. Today is going to be a great day. Repeat after me. Today is going to be a great day. Hi,
Today is
it's
going to be,
going
you
to
didn't
be
let
a
me
great
repeat it. Let me
today.
repeat it.
Repeat it for me.
Okay. Today is going to be a great day. Yes,
Why you just froze?
I did.
Yep. Okay.
Did you hear me?
What? Nope. Say it again.
Today is going to be a great day.
Every time you get on day, it freezes.
Well, today is going to be great. Boom.
Yes. So, for those who maybe watch me for the first time, my name is Tona Buck. Welcome to Tona's Table. I am so excited to be on this platform tonight. If you watched me a couple of months, about a month ago, um, Joseph Berg, I don't know why I keep acting like I can't say Berglund, um, interviewed me. And before the interview was over, he was like, Tona, I want to give you a platform. But my ultimate goal is to speak in front of millions of people one day, right? My platform has never changed, and I'll talk about it in a few. I just want to thank him from the bottom of my heart. Um, when I did the show a few weeks ago, it was seen in front of 500,000 people in 36 countries. So I am elated. I am excited. I am overjoyed that he has allowed me to be a part of his network to get my message out. This is how I like to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Tona Buck, and I'm a sexual abuse survivor. And that is what I use my platform for. So Joseph asked me before we met on Saturday. He said to me, Tona, list a couple of things. Here we go. We're live. Okay, so he said, Tona, list a couple of things that you want your show to be about. And I gave 4 bullets. My first bullet was to give a voice to the voiceless. My second bullet was to shine a light on people who are doing great things, because I always say I only want world changers sitting across from me or next to me. I also want to talk about topics that people are uncomfortable talking about, because I'm very, very raw, and I like to. I have no clue why that just happened. Oh, Vinny just went out. Okay. So I'm very, very raw, and I like to discuss things that people don't like to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lying. It is what it is. And what was my last thing that I said I wanted to? Upcoming events. I love talking about upcoming events and what's going on. My number one, though, platform will always be No More's. So I start my show off with Tona's update. What is going on in Tona's life? What happens in Tona's life? What is Tona doing in the future? For those who have been following me, please bear with me. I have a new audience, so I need to catch them up to what Tona is doing. 2022 is going to be an amazing year. Why is 2022 going to be an amazing year? Because it's a year of power, it's a year of change, it's a year of taking our lives back, it's a year of strength. That's what my vision for 2022 is. April the 9th, 2022, I will be organizing with my amazing organization, Rose Advising Over Sexual Abuse, um, our 5th Sexual Assault Awareness Month walk. Let me, I promise you, I'm going to be going down memory lane and bringing it back up a little bit. Our first walk 5 years ago was a Trenton sexual assault walk. Then the next year we did a New Jersey sexual assault walk. Then the third year we were in 4 different states, and COVID came, and so I walked. The fourth year, I was like, here I go again, taking credit that's not mine. One of the warriors from my organization was like, Tona, we need to look. I think it was like Alicia or somebody. It was like, we need to look into um, going virtual. And I was like, okay. And for those who know me, I really get uncomfortable about new technology. So, Joseph, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I see that. I see your gratitude. If you have not followed Joseph on Gratitude Unfiltered Remix, please do. But I don't think I'm supposed to have his stuff in the background, and I'll figure it out this week. So next week, your stuff won't be on there. But anyway, this year, so the fourth year we did a virtual walk, and I want to say we had like 13 states and about 7 countries that joined us. I am I was consultant for Young University for many years, and because of that networking, I connected with so many people, and they knew so many people from Brazil and from Norway and from Scotland, and you said there was so many different people, a melting pot of people from all over the place that had their families support Rosa in our fourth sexual assault walk. So this year, I have a vision that's so big. I want it to be the biggest virtual sexual assault walk in the world. What does that look like? That means that you are going to go register on rosawarriors.org or tonabuck.com, and you're going to have your camera, and you're going to have a group of people, or you're going to be by yourself, and you are going to walk, and it's going to be recorded on one network, and it's going to be edited, and we're going to see people from all over the world walk together in unity to say enough. Why are we saying enough? We are saying enough because 1 out of 5 children will be sexually victimized. We are saying that we're saying enough because every 9 minutes a child is being victimized. I was saying this earlier because we did a rerun because it didn't take. So this is a take two. Yeah. So I was saying earlier, my statistics were 85% of us don't tell because it's somebody that we know and we trust. So in 2022, I'm also doing a new documentary. Then I go with the statistics. I have to add ADD. I'm go off subject, but I promise you I add it back. I don't forget it. And I really have ADHD, but I just like saying ADD because it makes the ad sounds more, intertwined. But anyway, so I was doing a proposal a couple of weeks ago with Carl Maxwell and Anna Brown, who are a part of my media team, Vigilance Media. If you need any type of media work done, please check them out again. Vigilance Media, you can find them on Instagram. Again, it's Carl Maxwell and Anna Brown. They are amazing, and so they got me hooked up with Villanova, and Villanova decided to do a part 2 of my part 1 documentary. My first documentary is called Why We Didn't Tell. Amazing, changed my whole entire world, not my life, my world, everything. And so they have taken on my second documentary, Enough Why We Didn't Tell, as a passion project.
Amen.
I want to thank Hezekiah and this one that I don't know why his name is escaping me because he is oh my God, K in the Bible. Tell me the person in the Bible, Vini. Cable. That's not Cable. That's Cable. K Caleb. I don't. But their team has volunteered. Like I said, if you have not watched it, please go to Why We Didn't Tell on YouTube.
Cain and Abel. His name is Cain.
Nope. It's in my. I see it. I apologize to him. It's been a long day. I work with kindergartners, and it's been a long day. So I'm accept my apology. But it's my Villanova team, their media team, who have award-winning documentaries. So I am blessed and honored that they decided to support me and to believe in my vision to break the silence against sexual abuse, especially in brown and black people. We don't talk about sexual abuse. What's done in the house stays in the house. So my number one goal is to stop that. My number one goal is to make sure that I give a voice to the voices, all people of all colors. This is a world issue. It's just not a black, a brown issue. It's a world issue. But because black and brown people really don't talk about it at all, we're not allowed. We're not given the power to share our feelings of what we've been through. That's been taken when we were taken from slavery time. If you want to get technical, but anyway, we have lost the power to express ourselves and tell what we're actually going through. So they changed my life when the 10 warriors, and this has never been done in history, Black African Americans shared their stories of being abused in their survival. Never been done. It's called Why We Didn't Tell. So I said all that to say this. As we were doing the proposal, statistics, and it really bugs me out because I used to say 85% of us didn't tell because we knew and trusted, or it was acquaintance that victimized us. No, the numbers are 95%. I was saying that 400 children, but as I was doing statistics, and I need you to understand, statistics are big to me because I need people to realize that we're not even a part of the statistic. When they giving them numbers 1 out of 9, one every 9 minutes, 1 out of 5, they're not even talking about brown and black people because we didn't tell nobody. And there's a whole lot of people that don't tell, but I know for a fact that our culture really everybody. So with that said, now they're saying it's 95%. That's a big number. 95% of children that don't tell because they 95% of the children are being victimized or victimized by people that they know and trust. And 400 children will be born um, this year. 400 children will be sexually victimized. So I eat, sleep, and dream. How do I continue to create a platform and to give a voice and to talk about this topic that people don't want to talk about?
Amen.
That is that is two things that I'm doing in 2020. I'm doing um, the biggest worldwide virtual sexual assault awareness month walk. I already put it in the universe. It's already done. So if you are from any country and you're listening to me, any state and you're listening to me, and you want to be a part of my Enough movement, you can contact me at 609-331-9931. Again, 609-331-9931 or tonabuck.com or rosawarriors.org because we need you. If you were victimized or not, I said when we was practicing, unknowingly practicing, I said that the reason why the documentary is so important, and again, I thank Carl Maxwell and Anna Brown and the Villanova team for, like I said, supporting my vision and making this come to fruition in 2022 with some more warriors, is that if you've never been victimized, you need to hear our stories. You need to understand our trauma, what post-traumatic stress is like, and the experience and the horror and the nightmares and feeling ugly, feeling disgusting and hating ourselves and feeling that we're not good enough and never feeling whole. I say this truly for years for people who don't tell their stories, and even after we share our stories, it's like our souls are on respirators for a lot of times, because the trauma is so real. Anytime you've been sexually victimized, that trauma is real, and the body can heal. The body can heal, and sometimes it don't heal depending on how bad the assault was, but the soul is what is trying to survive on to life. We are mothers, and I was a wife, but we're in relationships. I'm not in relationships, like I said either. So other people. I'm talking about they're in relationships, or they're working hard. They're talking about their soul is on a respirator because they have experienced such trauma. So I want this documentary again to be a light and to also encourage those who were victimized to know that they're not by themselves, and to empower those who are survivors to know that together we are stronger, and you don't have to be embarrassed, and we did nothing wrong, and we could talk about it, because when we talk about it, we're saving somebody else. We're saving somebody else's child. We're saving somebody else's soul. We're saving somebody else's dream. We're saving somebody else's purpose just by talking about it, just by bringing it to the forefront. And yeah, my name is Tona Buck, and I'm a sexual abuse survivor. And I'm a saying until I ain't got no breath in my body, because every time I've said it, I've always met a me too. I've never not said that. If somebody listen to me right now who may have never told anybody, it's so okay to tell one person, because that starts the healing process. So I wasn't going to go that long, but somebody must needed to hear it. So we had a documentary coming in 2022. We have the biggest world sexual assault walk. I am an author. You can find me on Amazon, Tona or tonabuck.com. I published 3 books in 1 year after being hit like an animal, left on the street to die. I was walking my dog and the car hit me. That's a whole nother, whole nother show. And those who have been following me, sorry, you're going to hear it again, but these are new people, so they need to know a little bit about me. I was walking my dog. I got hit by a car that left me on the street like an animal, damaged my brain. I went from writing 100-page grants to not being able to spell 3-letter words, and I published 3 books in 1 year. One book is about my journey of being sexually abused, starting at the age of 3 by somebody that I loved and I trust, and that I turned out pretty okay. I turned out okay, but it's a really good book. It's called That Second. Then I wrote a book called Liberated, and one of my most important projects that I've done with this brain injury is being able to write a children's book called Stop Safe Touches Only Please. And I need to give a shout out to every last person who's donated to these books. I've been able to, as of today give out 925 books to children. This book is so powerful. It teaches them about good and bad touches. It teaches them to be able to say stop, and if somebody touches them, to be able to tell a safe person. And a safe person most likely won't even be the family member. So I've given them permission to call 911 and say that somebody's touched me. And it is a curriculum. I'm an educator, so the book is curriculum based. And I have to be honest, I've been doing so many other platforms that I have not put it in a teacher's edition. But even when you get the book, I literally walk you through everything to say from the first page to the last page, because it is very uncomfortable for some people to talk about. So literally from the first page, I have already mapped out the whole conversation you'll have with the child, what your response will be in the book, how you should address the conversation with the child. So it really is a good book. It's called Stop, Save, Touch Us Only, Please. I really wanted to get that book in millions of children's hands, and I'm claiming that one day I will. I have 10 more books to give away, and I'm going to give them to this daycare. So it'll be 935 books that I've been able to give out since I wrote the book with my daughter, Tayana Osorio. So I am so proud of that accomplishment. Then I want to do in 2022 a women's retreat, and I don't want any woman to pay, because I don't want that to be an excuse that we don't come together, especially as brown and black women, to talk about, have an open dialogue, to realize that we're not alone, to heal together, to share together, to love on each other. That's something that our culture has not really allowed us to do over the years. Not for nothing, I was raised not to even like women. Don't trust them, don't like them. That was straight up my culture that I was raised in. And so I'm grateful that I have been around amazing people. And so how did I get here? Joseph asked me to write a bio. I promise you it's going, I have a 3-page bio that I have to condense to something just for this media broadcast. Again, that I'm grateful that he's allowed me to be a part of his network. So I'm working on that. I have it by hopefully by tomorrow to you. My guest is important to me for so many reasons, but I always need to give homage to those who got me up to where I am right now. I always give a shout out to Jeanette Mayfield, my sister, Dr. Sherelle Bellamy, my beloved, rest in peace, Dr. Napoleon Smith, who saw something in this ghetto ratchet. Oh, read my book, y'all. Don't let this pretty face fool you. Oh. Ghetto ratchet, out of control. Angry black girl. That's why I should have wrote a book that's called Angry Black Girl, because girl, I was angry growing up. Imagine being such abused at 3 years old and nobody, you can't talk to anybody. So the anger just festered. So the one thing I learned when I got older, hurt people. I was hurt and I hurt people. So I was very cray growing up. And so these women saw something in me and they groomed me, right? They put me on boards and started allowing me to speak to people. And I told you when I had the vision, I don't know if I repeated this video or not, but when I had the vision, I was high as heck. So I was in my early 20s. I was high. I'll read my book that second. I was high. And I had a vision that I was talking in front of millions and millions and millions of people. And I started laughing because I had a real bad speech impediment. I spoke really, really fast. I didn't have the confidence to talk in front of people, but every part of my life, from being on boards and being presidents of organizations to running for office to being a ministry, being on the platforms was just opening. And so I have to give homage. And I started my first podcast by myself, this will be my 3rd year. And it was because Andre Williams was on the show that I was on. Shout out to you, Andre. I appreciate you for believing in me. I love when people see things in me that I don't see in myself. There's somebody right there now that's at the table talking about your greatness and you don't even know it. Don't ever underestimate the power of God. I love when people see things in me that I don't see. I appreciate each one of y'all. And so Andre brought me on his podcast. And he was like, Tony, your energy is too much. He was like, you have a big personality. Andre, real cool and laid back. So I appreciate him. He gave me my own platform. But the woman I'm going to introduce in about a couple minutes was definitely the foundation of me loving what I'm doing right now. So let's see. We have The book. Oh, that's it about the book. Okay, so I didn't. So 2022, I'm in the process right now of writing a new book about survivors. I'm giving them a voice, and so I have about 8 people now who wrote chapters to be a part of this book. How exciting is that? How exciting is that? And so, if you are still one person, it won't be done until 2022. If you are somebody who have been a victim and want to put a chapter in my new book, please, by all means necessary, reach out to me at 619-331-9931. Did I miss anything, Vinny? We talked about how I got here. I gave homage. I need to thank everyone who supported me from my first HIV and AIDS walk, from my first grassroots organization, City People Taking Action, from my first cancer walk that I organized, from the first HIV and AIDS walk, from the fees that we did. We fed over thousands of people, close over thousands of people, and there's no way I can do it by myself. Again, I love that people believe and see something in this little black girl from the ghetto, fatherless, teenage mom, sexual abused. Tell me if we can't make it.
Amen.
So can I just tell me if we can't? Tell me we can't make it.
Amen.
I've listened to me. I've learned. I posted a couple of weeks ago. I hate when people say what didn't kill you made you stronger. I ain't asked to be strong at all. But what I do know is that I am stronger and I am wiser and I am more powerful for all that I've been through. Would I have wanted my worst enemy to go through it? No, I would not. But everybody has a purpose in life, and don't think that you don't have a purpose in life. You do have a purpose in life. It may not be to be speak in front of millions of people or do all the 3-page bio mess that I've done, but you have a purpose. I don't care if your purpose is being a good mother. I don't care if your purpose is being a good father. I don't care if your purpose is flipping the best hamburgers ever. Just know that you do have a purpose. And while you are waiting to see what your purpose is, I always say this on my show: don't hate. Let me explain what I mean. Don't have gifts and talents and just be wonderful and amazing, and don't support someone else vision because you don't see your purpose yet. The one thing that I'm a witness about: keep planting seeds, keep planting seeds, keep planting seeds, keep planting seeds, and when your harvest come, God will send the right people to you. They will see what's in the same people, the same person you are to help other people with their purpose. He wants to send a whole team to you. And it won't be the people that you know and trust and you know you believe in all the time. Like he may start off with them, but over time, he'll send other people. So as African Americans, this is very hard for us. We have to learn to trust the process, because we have walls up, because we're going to have people come from different colors and different cultures and different race and different backgrounds, because God is not small. So the bigger your vision is, the more people he's going to bring. And he may remove people. Don't be upset if he remove them. They was just there for that season, and it's okay. It's okay. Don't get upset because cousin or auntie or your best friend is not with you hand in hand in that season. They're not supposed to be. They were supposed to be with you when you at that time, at that season. So those are just a few things that you need to remember, because I know I'm talking to world leaders, and I know I'm talking to people with purpose, and I know I'm talking to great people, and I got some people sitting right there that have books on the shelves that they're not doing, and I got some people who are who are waiting to be mentors, and I got some people who got some ready to open up a business. I got some people doing some great things, some great visions, and right now they need to understand that just stay true to the process. It is not easy. Can I give you a secret? I have 2 kids, and I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna introduce the guest. I have 2 children, and they are truly amazing. And I hated being pregnant. I hated everything about being pregnant. I know people lie like, "Oh, it's so nope." I hated being pregnant. I hated it. Made me feel uncomfortable. I hated towards the end. I was just tired and sluggish. And I was wore out, and I was like ready to give up. I was like, God, please just take these babies out of me. I'm tired. Somebody right now is just tired. And can I tell you something that you want to hear? When the contractions come, it gets worse. That's how you know you're on course. When dumb things start happening in your life and you don't understand them, I need you to start getting excited. When people start treating you crazy, the job acting crazy, the kids acting a fool, your mate acting a fool, bills are coming, you ain't got money. Listen, car breaks down, start getting excited, because that's your labor pains. You are getting ready to birth something great. After the labor pain, and I thought I died, and I was like, I feel like I was Jesus on the cross. God, why have you forsaken me? And some of y'all are feeling like that right now. You are ready to give up on your dreams and your passions and your hope. And you've been carrying this baby. Some of us for years, some of us for months. But we have been carrying a purpose, a gift, a vision. And we're ready to give up. I'm here to encourage you. Don't give up. The labor pains are going to be bad. But that's how you know that you're going to birth something great. I ain't never hear anybody. I'm scared to say. I ain't never even said God enlarge my territory after I went into ministry. Because girl, every devil from hell came at me. I was like, well, let me not say that. If you're going to enlarge it like he just did, he gonna do it on his own. I ain't asking for nothing. And you better believe everything from hell still gonna come after you. Those are your labor pains. And for men, you may not understand it. It's the worst pain. I don't know about anybody else that I had ever felt in my life. Like I just thought I was dying. I didn't understand why they had to be so bad to push out something so beautiful. I'm gonna say that again. All the stuff that you're going through right now that's trying to take you away from focusing on your purpose and your gift and your vision. It's because something beautiful is going to come out of you.
Amen.
Your beauty is going to change the world. In world changer, somebody who changed the world one person at a time. You ain't got to talk to millions. You can talk to one. You ain't got to change millions. You can change one. You ain't got to influence millions. You can change one, and you're still a world changer. So I encourage you again. Don't give up. Get excited with me. Because I know some dumb stuff is going on in your life right now that you don't understand. And if you ain't make the issues and the problems that's just coming, I need you to start rejoicing like, yes. So anyway, that was Tona's table. My special guest tonight, and if you followed me a couple weeks ago, I had Donna D. Her name is Donna Wellens. She invited me on this amazing, and I was very disrespectful when I first did this. Did the sign up for this individual, my guest. I was like, yeah, she's she's the powerhouse behind the 4th-time Stellar Award winning station. No, she's not. She is the powerhouse behind the 5-time Stellar Award winning station WIMG 1300 AM. Woo! I'm so excited for y'all, for us, but that's it for y'all because I'm in the back seat now. So Donna asks me to come on to WIMG. So let me give you a little background of WIMG. I've always been on WIMG. When I did the first HIV, they supported me. The first cancer walk, they supported me. My sexual assault walk, they supported me. But this was the first time that I was interviewing because I wrote 10 children's books that's sitting on the shelf. If you are an illustrator, I got 10 amazing children's books that need to be published, but they need to be illustrated. It wasn't a season for them. I wrote them, but I went to talk about the children's books. I didn't even know I was going to write a novel. That was, go ahead. With a brain injury. So please don't tell me what you can't do. Excuses is make excuses. You can, if I can do it with a brain injury, you can do anything. Trust me. So I was going to talk about my children's book, and it was the first time ever I sat there. Because again, if y'all don't know me, I think I could do anything. I swear I think I could do anything. And if I can't do it, I'm gonna try it. And I love when people tell me what I can't do. Because if you tell me what I can't do, I'm gonna prove you wrong every time. I always tell people I can show you better than I can tell you. Trust and believe that I can show you better than I can tell you. I love when people tell me what I can't do. I hear it so much. Anyway, so with my crazy thinking self, I'm sitting there across Donna, and like I said, WIMG has supported me for probably 20 years, at least 20 years, because I've been doing this for a long time. I'm only 25. Disclaimer, remember that. Right. But I've been doing this for 25. I've been doing it for like 20 years, serving for about 20 years. And as Donna was interviewing me, I remember saying to myself, I can do this. I don't know what made me think about saying that. Now, mind you, I have spoken in front of thousands of people. I love the bigger the audience, the more I love speaking in front of them. I get excited, but I'm a talker. I didn't know to interview people, you had to be a listener. That is not a quality. That was not a quality of mine. So after Donna is, I'm on Donna's show. The assistant manager of the 5-time Stellar Award winning station, WIMG, Edveina, I know as Edveina Coleman, but she's Edveina Coleman, Stansbury, called me. She was like, Tona. Now, mind you, I've never opened my mouth to her to say that I felt that I can do it. What God got for you is for you. Can I just say that to somebody right now who think that somebody gonna block their blessing or something, or that something that they saw has not come to fruition, and you think it's not gonna happen? It will. I'm a witness. It will.
Yeah.
What God has for you, it is for you. Because I never told Vinny when I sat across from that mic talking to Donna D, because she is an author of a new book and a playwright, and she just did an amazing show. Shout out. I give shout outs. I told you I like to shine a light on people. So I never told Vinny that I wanted to do it. And she calls me out of the blue. Like a couple of days later, I was like, Tony, you want to do a show? And of course, I've never done this before, but why would I say no? I don't know. No. I'm like, yep, yes, yes, I do. Yes, I do. But I didn't know how difficult it was. Woo! I think people think like I'm a natural talker. I'm like, shut up, I'm not. I feel bad when men first meet me. Girl, they ain't got to, or please don't offend me. Listen, I am a communicator. I teach communication. So I be feeling so bad for these men. I know they be like, this girl don't shut up. But I bet you know everything you need to know about me after that first look, after the first date. So I am a talker, and I get to talking for the I keep saying millions. It's coming. It's coming. I keep speaking that out my mouth. I've been able to talk in front of thousands and thousands of people over the last 20 years. But sitting behind somebody, I'm sitting behind a mic and letting somebody talk to me, Lord, have mercy on my soul. I thought I was gonna lose my mind. And so this patient angel from God had to work with me. So I am going to allow this awesome, brilliant, talented, beautiful inside out young lady that's sitting next to me. Please introduce yourself to my listening audience.
Thank you. Thank you for that. That that's sweet. Thank you for those
It's
adjectives.
cultural. Cultural.
Wow. I tell you what, I've been at WIMG now for 19 years. Next year will be my 20th year in August. Right.
Yes.
And when I started that job, like you, I'm like, I can do this, but didn't know that I really could. And after some time, I became the office manager in 2010. And around 2013, I became the assistant general manager. And what is amazing about that is when I first started in 2010, I said, well, God, I don't know what I'm doing. Like to run a radio station, what? And we were like lost. A lot of people stopped listening to us. A lot of people stopped doing buys with us. So our numbers were tanking, and the industry just all and forgot about us. Like when I say the industry, the gospel industry wasn't servicing us the way that they're used to. And no one was doing interviews with us. So um, it was hard. And I remember my first year, Maggie saying, Vini, you might not have a job in a year.
Mm,
And I was like, well, the only thing we
that's
can do
real.
is just trust God. And what
That's real.
he did was say, this is what I need you to do. So every step he did, from rekindling our relationship with our existing clientele, with the churches that was there, and extending ourselves out to them, to going back out and reminding the community that we were there, to making a few changes and adding a few different people and moving people around to fit where they should be. Once we were done that,
Yes.
10
Yes.
years later,
Yes.
we have 5 Stella
Woo!
Awards with 9 nominations,
If you
which
don't,
is
what
big.
Stella Award is, it's like the Oscar for
Yes, Grammys.
yes, it's Grammys. Yes.
Yep, that is 5 of them for a small radio station of the year. And
Yeah.
this year was the best, only because this year taught me the Bible story, David versus Goliath. We went up against medium markets that was put into the small market. There were a
Mm.
bunch of medium markets. They had more than one radio station.
Literally,
They was on FM bands, and I'm like, we might as well give up. But
mm.
the wonderful people at the station, Professor Greg Hayes, Mr. Root, Zach, Coco, Steve, Benny, Cairo, they were all like, Beanie, don't think like that.
Yes.
No, we're going to promote this. and we won.
And we won.
And we
And
won.
we
We
won.
were a
So about 7 years ago, I became a part of the WIMG 1300 5-time award winning station family. It just rolls off my tongue
it
so
just feels
naturally because
good.
I'm so happy and proud and excited for your accomplishments. Because that was a visionary. That you was a visionary to see that. Like all of us did our part. Like they have WI. Like I was just a little interview. Listen, their MCs, listen, they are amazing. Like every one of them are just outstanding. She has an amazing team over there, right? And so she allowed some of us to come on and do interviews or whatever. And I just remember her having to like really groom me. And I say this: if you have not seen my documentary, Why We Didn't Tell, it's on YouTube again, Tona. But she was the foundation of me being able to learn how to interview these individuals. Because, like I said, it's a difference of being a speaker on a podium or on a platform, and you just speaking to people. But when you have to sit back and listen and respond based on what they're saying, it is a whole different genre. It's a whole different world, especially for me because I like to talk. And so, in my documentary, I was saying that I did talk a lot only because 90% of them, it was the first time they had ever shared ever in their lives. So I was talking on purpose to try to, make them feel more comfortable and let them know that I understood what they were talking about and that they were in a safe place. So I did do a lot of talking, but because of Beanie, and I thank you, and I always give you, listen, I get homage when it's due, and I give shout outs and when it's due. I thank God for you in my life. When I found out that Joseph was going to allow me on his network, the first person, I didn't think about anyone else. I said, if this man platform is over 500,000, it is covered in 36 states, the first person that I would want to interview would be Edveina Coleman Stansbury, because we have a history that goes beyond broadcast. We have a history go all the way back from junior high school, when she is one of the people that can attest to my craziness.
They used to say, Beanie, go get Tona. Go get her. Because it was just a handful of people that once she got riled up and in the middle of her stuff, there's only a handful of people that could help her relax for a minute. And I remember one of the teachers saying, go get Tona. Just go get her. But the one thing about you is
I have no clue why she keeps freezing, but because I promise you, she's going to come back.
Oh, I froze again.
Yeah, you can freeze it in and out. I have no clue why, but go ahead.
I don't know why. So the one thing that you never did was fight for you. You were every time we had to come calm you down, it was because you was fighting someone else's fight. You were always fighting someone else's fight. So we always had to say, okay, let's work with this. And for some people that are listening, they're probably saying, well, she did a lot of talking, so Beanie taught her how to listen. But this is the first time on this platform. So the things that you're saying needed to be said. And I'm just grateful that you were able to say it. But what people don't know about you, what you didn't say, was you
keep going in and out, Beanie.
I don't understand why. Is this better?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I don't know why.
Maybe the position you said, I don't know, but go ahead.
All right, so I just sat up. Maybe that'll help.
Nope.
But what
people, back out. Go ahead. Listen, you got time. It's my show. Look, it's my show.
What people don't really know about you is the fact that you always fight for the underdog. And that was one of the reasons why I loved you, even back in middle school. Even back in middle school, when people would be like, no, Tona crazy. I'm like, no, Tona just feel like she got to fight for everybody. And we didn't know.
And that was my thing. I just believe that people needed to be protected.
Yeah, because, and later we found out why. Because when you were little, you weren't protected. But you also gave me a lot.
But what she gonna say is when I was little, I couldn't defend myself.
You were little. How was you going to be protected? You didn't tell, and you were victimized. So you
I have no clue. As soon as you started talking, now suddenly your camera wanted to keep freezing up on us. It's okay.
Oh my goodness, I don't understand this.
That's okay.
So nevertheless, I will say this, and I'm very proud of you. I'm extremely proud of you. I'm proud of everything that you've done. And you got me to talking. I would have never told anybody that I am a sexual, child abuse, sexual assault survivor.
Assault.
And assault.
Assault. She's going in and out, but I'm just gonna say this. She's not a sexual abuse survivor. She's a child sexual abuse assault. Assault means that you were penetrated.
Yes.
Survivor. So
Yes.
if you have not seen the documentary, she's a part of the documentary. One of my one of my warriors who shared her story for the first time ever, and it's been seen all over the world. And I thank you for that. And she's changed. Like you don't understand the power of sharing your stories, right? And I'm grateful that I was trying to pick my words wisely because I'm not happy that it happened to me, but I'm happy that I was able to take my pain and turn it into my passion and turn it into my purpose. That's what I'm grateful about.
And to help. You helped others. It
And
wasn't just your pain and your passion, it was also your help. You helped others and you helped us have a voice. So, yes. Oh, it's still going in and out?
I don't know why.
Me either. Well, you have a voice that you did want to help others, and you did a phenomenal job with doing it. And I'm very
I
happy
promise
about
you,
it.
she's gonna get that whole sentence out. That whole sentence is gonna come out. She gonna get
Oh
one whole
my,
sentence out tonight.
oh my goodness, Tona.
We just keep
Well,
talking.
it was really good anyway that you
Like she
started
said, well,
off.
just stop. It's okay.
I don't know because I have high speed internet. So,
I don't know
and
what's
I'm
going
at
on.
work. I'm at home, so I have high speed internet for school. So I have to have a certain width band. So I don't know why it's going out. That whole sentence came. Now you're freezing on me.
Am I? Oh,
Now
girl.
you,
Okay, so we have technical difficulties tonight. That's okay.
but
So
it's fine.
one
And
of the things that I can say that Vinny has had the luxury of seeing is again me being cray cray, right, and me being very violent growing up and very mad and angry, and she can truly attest to my book that second and all the um, things and the choices I didn't make really good. I made horrible choices, right? It wasn't until I got older and I started um, talking about my being abused that people understood, right? And for me, because of the way I was raised, I really didn't care if people understood why I was so out of control and the choices that I made. But I'm thankful that they do know because it helps them to support me more because because it's different when you know someone who's been victimized. Like people now, Beanie, not Beanie say it all the time. And I'm scared for you to say something you may go out, but Beanie has changed so many people's lives. She and that's what a world changer does. Can I just say this? Can I say that a world changer changes one person life at a time? It's like a rock. You throw it in the water and it bounces one, but it just keeps going and going, and the waves get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what my platform is going to be about. And that's what we do. About Rosa Warriors, Beanie's a Rosa Warrior, and she's also an advocate against sexual abuse. And it came literally from sharing her story. So I want to encourage people, if you've experienced anything, I don't care if it's drugs and recovery from drugs, if it's HIV, if it's cancer, if it's anything, sexual abuse, if it's rape, if it's anything that's traumatic. And traumatic to me is anything that happens that you wasn't expecting. The loss of a child, like I had a girlfriend whose son, and I pray for every day that committed suicide. And so those are things that I believe that you can take that pain and turn it into your passion and turn it into your purpose. Because it's needed. You're needed. Vina, you were needed. You were so needed because my audience would have never reached your audience.
yeah, right,
Does that make sense? And that's the thing.
right.
My audience wouldn't reach your audience, but we connected. So we connected. Now you're connected with other people, and they're connected with other people. I saw this girl in the grocery store today, and she was like, "Tona, she's a victim." And I said she's a victim. She's never told anyone, and that's my own definition. That is not, a scientific or a psychologist definition. My definition is a victim is someone who still won't share, not even with one person. And a survivor is someone who just shares. I don't care if they share it to one person. And an advocate is someone who just be like, enough, and we're gonna do whatever we have to do to shut it down. And so I seen her in the grocery store today, and she was like, so she was victimized. So was her daughter. So her daughter's like, why do you keep talking about it? It's over, let it go. We can't
Right.
let it go because it's still bothering her. And I don't care if she doesn't say anything, the residue is going to show. It shows on how we self-medicate. It shows on the type of men or women we choose. It shows in our sexuality. It shows in our how we let people treat us. It shows how we raise our children, how we get offended if somebody does something, or how we passive aggressive if somebody does something. So the residue shows. It will show. It will show. And I again say to you, if you have any type of trauma, please share it with one person so that healing process can take place. Feeny, take us out, because I know we would have said 100% more, but for some reason you keep breaking up. But take us out. This is Vinny's time. Tell us what you. So hopefully it'll let you get a sentence out. If it don't, then we'll end it. But if it, my prayer is that it'll let you just do you, because you are such an amazing person and have blessed so many.
Oh, thank you. And I love you. I hope that come out and you can hear that. I
What you say?
absolutely love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you
And I
more.
respect you. I respect the work that you do. And one of the things that I want to advocate for, and it's one because I'm in school for it, is that we as Black and Brown people get help. It is not a taboo to talk to a counselor.
We need to
And
get
I
help. She
would,
keeps going out and in, but I understand what she's going to say. Part of my ADD, but we need to. It's later for, like, again, what's in the house stays in the house, or not being
yes,
able to talk and go get professional help. But we need professional help. Mental illness is a real thing. Depression is a real thing. Stress is a real thing. Anxiety is a real thing. Suicidal thoughts is a real thing, and it is plaguing our Black and Brown communities. And we are scared to give help because we have been taught that we are powerless or we weak when we do. No, it makes us powerful and strong when we do. And so, like, Vinny, how long you got before you finish school?
well, I'm done with my bachelor's, so I just started my master's program. You
Go,
know,
Vinny. Go, Vinny. Go, Vinny. Can I just tell you that we are two sexual abuse survivors,
yeah,
teenage moms, and we're back to
teenage
our
mom with
education.
excellent sons and
We're back have
daughters.
raised amazing children. Oh, girl, you
Yes,
better make me jump out this chair.
yes,
You don't
and
understand that someone
grand.
is listening to us. They think they are too old to go back and get their education, and education is not for everybody. And I'm not saying that, but if it's something in you that you want to do, we are two 25-year-old mature people with children who've
That's
been
right.
married and divorced and went back to get degrees. You better go and get that master's. Every time I look at the syllabus, girl, I get sick to my stomach. I'm like, no, no. But in Vinny's case, Vinny was always super smart. Like, literally always super smart. Like, the top of our class. So when they were talking about going get that master's, like her daughter, like my daughter, she been finished her master's in December, and my sister has a PhD and a PhD and a double master's. Like, they naturally smart people. Like, for me, I'm like I was an athlete, so an athlete, and then so I had half and half. Like, I always tell people I wasn't the smartest, I wasn't the dumbest, I wasn't the smartest either. Like, y'all was naturally smart. Like, I'm a visual learner. Show me and I get it. If you try to give me all them books, I'm like, I'm not writing another 25 pages. So I knew you was coming to an end. I am so proud of you. And that's why I like shining the spotlight. And we done did everything. I think we done covered every bullet point that Joseph asked me about. What is my show about? Breaking the silence, giving a voice to the voiceless. I got the shine of light on your greatness, and WRNG 5-time Stellar Award winning station with the powerhouse who was the backbone of all that. My girl Edveina. Then I got to talk about all the upcoming events in 2022 that I have going on, and we talked about subjects that are maybe uncomfortable to other people. Bam! I did my job. I'm getting ready to go to relax.
Well, can I also give a big shout out to my boss, Maggie Gazzardo, because without
I
Maggie's
think she's gonna say
vision,
her boss Maggie. Listen,
yep,
Maggie is the bomb.
yes,
Yes,
it was
you
her
keep looking at her.
vision. Yes,
Maggie is amazing. She supports me. She supports Vinny in her vision. She has a vision, and God put them two together. And because of that, again,
Bye.
So with that said, Vinny, I'm going to let you go. I want to thank you for listening to Tona's Table. I will be back next week. My time is Wednesdays from 6 to 6:30. But of course, this is my first show, and I wanted to introduce myself to others and reintroduce myself to others. And so it went a little long, and we had a trial month because I did something wrong because this is a new um, network that I'm
Platform.
on. Again, I want to thank Joseph from Gratitude Unfiltered for allowing me to be a part of his network. I'm excited to see where um, this takes me. And I want you to join me on this journey. So thank you for watching Tona's Table. Avini Coleman Stansbury, thank you for being my guest tonight. And I look forward to seeing y'all next week. You be safe and blessed. Bye. Love you.